something.
Years ago, I called him the best player on the planet, and he was in 2004. Kevin Garnett, ready now to meet with the media, including Sid Hartman. Got a handshake from Sid. KG with Flip Saunders. Let's head to Target Center and the radio voice of the Wolves, Alan Horton.
Start. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to everyone here in attendance at Target Center. Those of you watching on Fox Sports North and Timberwolves.com, and those of you listening on our radio flagship home of the Timberwolves, 830 WCCO, and all across the Timberwolves radio network. My name's Alan Horton, the radio play-by-play voice of the Wolves, and this is a very exciting day in the franchise here as we welcome home the best player ever to wear a Timberwolves uniform, Kevin Garnett. Originally drafted by the Wolves out of high school in 1995, Garnett turned himself into one of the best players in the NBA while in Minnesota, and he helped lead the Timberwolves to 8 straight playoff appearances. I know they do, Sid. I know they do. But they need to hear it anyway.
What's wrong with you?
Including a run to the 2004 Western Conference Finals. Known by Wolves fans across the globe as the Kid, the Big Ticket, and of course, KG. Garnett still holds franchise records in nearly every major statistical category, including games, minutes, points, rebounds, assists, blocks, and steals. A 15-time All-Star in the 2004 NBA Most Valuable Player. Garnett still ranks first among active NBA players in games, minutes, and rebounds, while ranking second in steals and blocks and third in points scored. To tip off today's press conference, we'll get some words from President of Basketball Operations and Head Coach Flip Saunders, then hear from Kevin himself before we open it up to some questions. Flip?
Good. First of all, I want to welcome some people here. I want to welcome Jill, Charles, the representatives for Kevin, of course, Kevin's family, Brandy, Coco, Capri, and his sister Sonia. And it was interesting because we were downstairs and we were in the room, and Kevin had not seen the video that somebody put out about coming home. So Charles pulled it up on his phone, and we watched it down there, and Kevin was watching it. And Brandy said to me, she goes, "You know what? That's my favorite song." You know what? It's my favorite song now too. Yeah. So, there's been a lot written about Kevin the last few days since we made the trade, and from the point that some people say, well, he's coming to change the culture of the locker room and do a lot of things. And, we feel very good about our players that we have. We've established a culture. We've got great leadership in Ricky Rubio, and Kevin Martin and Pekovic have shown leadership through a very difficult time this year with the injuries that we've had. And as I told KG when we talked after the trade, I just want you to be KG. Be who you are. And that's probably the most competitive person I've ever been around. Someone that plays with a great amount of passion. Someone that is very, lets you know how he feels at all times, which is always good. A great teammate, high basketball IQ. And I think one of the most important things, and I remember saying this when we first got KG, what I loved him more than anything is he made his teammates better. Whether it was on the floor, whether it was off the floor, whatever he did was from the fact of making them better. And that's why we brought him back here. And he's a heck of a basketball player. And we feel that with the core that we have and with adding KG, that he's going to be able to add a lot to this team and this organization. So I can tell you I'm extremely happy. I believe that KG's happy. I know Sonia's happy, his sister, because I know she loves Minnesota. And I know one thing. I know the people of Minnesota are happy because I know the reception that our organization has received from those people, the fans, has been really off the chart. And we got the approval because we got Sid's approval. So we should be okay. Should be all right. So I'll turn it over to KG for a few words.
First off, I'm happy to be here. It's good to see everybody. Coming in here, I've seen I got to tell this story, Flip. So Flip's daughter and Ryan, who I haven't seen since his daughter had a pacifier in her mouth, and now she's a grown lady working in the front office. And Ryan, who's a ball kid here, like 10 years old, is a grown man, and voice as deep as probably both of ours. So it's just good to see familiar faces. Sam Mitchell is here, a Gutty veteran who I've always given credit to with my progression and my growth while being here, probably throughout my whole career. Coming here was a hard decision for me because I am a loyal person. Obviously, leaving Brooklyn in the middle of a season wasn't the best way that I would like to do it, but with the opportunity of coming in here, helping young guys in this transition of being better and better in this team for the city, I saw this as a great opportunity for me. So I'm just happy to be here, and I figure if LeBron can go home, then shit, why can't I?
All right, let's open it up for some questions. We do have some microphones being passed around, so if you could please identify yourself with your name and your affiliation, that would be great. And wait till you're called upon here.
Joe Schmidt, Channel 5. KG, what can you bring to this team that the coaching staff can't bring?
Well, coaches coach the game, and that's one thing. But when players play, it has everything to do with experience. When you play, it's just that. You have to have confidence. You have to actually know what you're doing, skill level. Obviously, I like to say coaches manage the game. They manage time. They manage players. But when it comes to talent and putting the ball in the hole, that's all about a player and his IQ and how he knows how to do that. And I'm here to, obviously share my experiences and my journey, and instill confidence in these young guys and show them not just how to work, but how to work effectively, and just give myself to this team.
Kevin, Mike Maxton.
How you doing, man?
Good to see you again.
Right.
You gonna play out this year and see how it goes, or do you think you'll be here next year and beyond?
Right now that's something for me. I always like to listen to my body. Flip, you sound like Flip. Did Flip tell you to ask me that right now? Every year I like to listen to my body. I've been taking care of myself since I left here, or since I started, and I don't want to answer anything that's going to get me tied up in anything that I can't commit to. But I will say that, I'm going to listen to my body. I'm going to talk to my family, see what my options are, and then go from there. But, the plan is to come here and not be 1 or 2 years, but to be here and invest it. And, that's what it is. So I don't have no extended answer for you right now. I see how you're looking at me. But that's the answer for right now. You told me to ask me that?
No.
Hi, Rachel Blount from the Minneapolis Star-Tribune. I have a question for Flip.
Yeah.
What do you think the short-term and long-term impact will be of this move on the business side of the franchise in terms of ticket sales, merchandise, sponsorships?
Well, I believe this. I really believe that the community understands that we made a commitment to this team of getting this better and doing what we have to do both on the floor, off the floor. There's no question that KG is an icon here. I look at him and I look at Kirby Puckett when he was at the Twins in the same type of light. It was interesting, and KG and I, we talked about this, and I talked about this with the Kevin Love situation. When KG went through the first contract negotiations, and he turned down that first contract, and the paper said, it's not about the money, and some people said some things, and I said, no, what KG really was saying is that he could go anywhere he wanted to go, and that's the same situation right now. He came back here because he feels this is like home. We had a no trade clause, so he wanted to come back here. The people of Minnesota, if there's any indication of what the response has been and what the response will be tomorrow night, it's going to be very positive on their business side.
Kevin, Dawn Mitchell, Fox 9. Welcome back.
Thank you.
A lot of people are comparing you to maybe a great athlete that leaves town, wins a championship, comes back, like a Ray Bourque did in Boston.
Okay.
You left here, went to Boston. That's the #1 reason why you wanted to go. Does it feel full circle for you to come home? And is this the only place that you would have waived your no-trade clause for?
I will say it does feel like full circle. I've been seasoned and experienced to different organizations. By the way, I want to thank Brooklyn and for their class act and their unbelievable just appreciation for me and my family and being nice and just laying out the red carpet and that opportunity. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful organization. But coming back, I feel like I have not only something to give, but I'm experienced. I've seen different organizations on how they do things. Hopefully one day in the near future, next 5, 10 years, I'm into management, I'm into ownership, and I want to kind of experience some of those same things, if not bring those same things to whatever franchise I'm dealing with. If I was going to waive my no trade situation, it would be just for this. It wasn't going to be. This was going to be the stop. I know you heard the talks about me and Doc getting back together and those things. I had no added incentives to do that. I know that these are declining days of my playing days, but I think I have so much more to bring, and this is the perfect situation. This is full circle right here.
KG, Eric Perkins, Care 11. You're right here. Yep.
Where you at, Perk? What's up, boy? I see you got your own stage. I see you got your own show now. You big time, Perk. You big time. Right. It's good to see you, bro.
So,
right. It's good to see you.
Yeah,
right.
good to see you too, dude.
I've been following you, yeah. Right. Good to see you, Perk. I'm a big fan, dog. You know what it is. I got to mess with you.
We're good.
Bit. Right.
Okay.
Perk.
Just you look at this roster. I mean, the rising stars on this thing.
Right.
I mean, what do you like in place right now, and how promising is this big picture?
I'll be honest. This is one of the reasons I even looked at the situation. This is probably the most talent on this team since the Timberwolves, it's been assembled. The talent on here is endless. The potential is obviously the question mark and what it can be. But I feel like they got the tools to do and be whatever they want to be for the future. And I want to help with that transition. Beautiful roster, beautiful guys. I got to obviously, come to practice today for the first time, and it was just seeing the talent on here is refreshing because they're guys who will listen, who will work hard, and I always say this, man. The veterans in which that was lost is kind of like a lost art right now in the league. The fact that teams are going younger. The veteran who's been in the league a long time is kind of phasing out, and the only way these young guys get better is through through some type of leadership, through some type of guidance, and I'm hoping to bring that with this roster. But it's a very promising roster.
Kevin.
Good to see you, Perk.
Hey, Kevin, Chip Scoggins with the Star Tribune. You mentioned a few minutes ago about declining days of your career. What's realistic expectations for you as a player at this stage in your career?
Realistically, I'm competitive. I've always said that if you can guard in this league, you can play. Obviously, I know I'm not a 30-plus minute guy. I'm not looking for that. I've already addressed that with Flip.
He says that. He'll be the first one to complain about playing time.
But listen, the body is different now, and I have to listen to my body, and I just want to be effective and productive. So whatever I can give, I will, and that's what it is.
Kevin, Michael Rand from the Star Tribune. I think we're all pretty well aware of your anything is possible moment after the Celtics championship. When you left here, though, did you imagine this moment was possible coming back?
No, not at all. Not at all. I wasn't really happy on how I left here. My goals and since I've entered the league have always been to win a championship, and I wanted to be here with the Twin Cities, and I've always wanted that, want to be part of that first of anything when this franchise got over the hump, and I got a taste of that in the Western Conference in 2004, and just was thirsty ever since. And once you get that taste, you never lose that. To come, obviously, to win in Boston and to come full circle back home, like I said, I feel like I'm seasoned. I have experience. I have things that I can speak on that I at one point couldn't. So, it's perfect, man. This is, if you ever have a story and it's a fairy tale, this is the perfect ending to it. This is how you want to do it. This is, a lot of guys want to come back to their origin, don't have the option to. I'm fortunate to have the ability to come here and do just that.
Hey, Kevin. Edgar Linares with WCCO Radio. My question is, when you left back in 2007, what did you miss the most about Minnesota? Is there anything that you're looking forward to coming back to? Any places to go? Just curious.
I'll be honest with everybody in here, dog. I do not recognize downtown at all. I made a right thinking it was a one-way, it was a two-way, a car was coming at me. I panicked, I pulled over. I came off for 6 is now a two-way. I went to make a right. I was like, so I'm gonna have to get out, obviously visit some of the restaurants. I asked about some of the restaurants when I was here. Some closed and moved. I'm like, I just got to get reacquainted with the city. I come here, believe it or not, you guys, I kept my home here. I come here every year. I don't pass 494. I stay west. It was for obvious reasons, but I come here during the summers, You know, I don't visit you guys during the winter, obviously, but the summers I come back and I'm here. But when it comes to going out and just being in the city and being active, oh man, my friend tried to take me uptown. I didn't recognize nothing on Highway 7. I was looking, I felt lost. All my little shortcuts or frontage roads are gone now. Like, I got to find, you know, new things about the city. But other than the fans and the people who've always been great to me and been great to my family, you know, the experience here is always going to be the origin, and I'll never forget that. So that's what it is.
Kevin, John Krasinski with
How you doing, John?
Good to see you. The trade happens on Thursday, obviously, but it sounds like there were talks at least for a few days or maybe even a week or more before that. As the prospects first came up for you to be coming back here, what initially entered your mind, and what did you have to kind of work through before you decided that this was the right move?
I'll put it like this. When I packed for the West Coast trip, which was Brooklyn's West Coast trip, I didn't pack thinking that I wasn't coming back to New York. This came up in the middle of the break. Charles, my partner in business and in crime, and came up to me and talked to me and was kept trying to reinnovate the possibilities of. It didn't become real. Probably, I didn't get any sleep probably the night before the trade deadline and the 2 days before that. And I don't like to do anything during the season. You know, if anything, I like to do things obviously in the off season. You know, I have kids in school and a family. So it wasn't really my cup of tea. But when you look at the longevity of this, Brooklyn has its own issues with being selling and buying and management and question marks about their future. And I just felt like as far as my options, as far as what I want to do after basketball and transitioning, this was probably the best situation and storybook ending, you know. I just seen Tayshaun go back to Detroit. I hear Torrey Hunter's back with the Twins, so that's dope. I got to call Torrey up. But, you know, it doesn't get any better than this as far as endings and transitioning. Is that it?
Kevin, Jerry's going to Star Tribune.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Welcome back.
Thank you.
You said in November that your long-term goal is to put together an ownership group and buy this team someday.
Yeah.
I know you said you don't know how many years you have left in your body as a player, but are you here for the long haul?
I am. I like the way you took his question and made me commit to that, so it's all good. I like the way you did that. That was smooth. That was real smooth. I like that. But that is the goal. At some point, I want to understand ownership and try to get into that and bring a championship to this city. That's been my goal since I became a Wolf. But good teamwork there. I like that. You told him to ask me that?
No.
Kevin, Phil Irvin from FoxSportsNorth.com.
How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Well, take your time. It's all good.
He has a tendency to get media like that. You know, get him speechless.
Take your time, man. Take your time. You got the mic. Take the time. Right.
Sorry about that. You said that when you left, it wasn't necessarily the way you wanted to
Right.
go out. Are there any relationships that need to be mended there? And how do you kind of go about that process now that you're back here?
No. You know what? Throughout time, I've understood that, you know, you have a forgive and forget. Obviously, I won't forget certain things, but, you know, it's time to move on from certain things. I've seen Kevin McHale last couple of years, and it's been a better relationship than how I left. Flip and I have always had open communication and great relationship, even when he went on to Detroit and Washington, and we were running to each other over in Plymouth and stuff. So, you know, Sam Mitchell's always been like a big brother to me. Glenn and I always had an understanding. I wouldn't have came back if the relationship was to the point where it was, you know, non-surface or non-reachable or something like that. I would not come back if it wasn't a chance that I can refurbish it or it was going to be better. So I'm looking forward to this opportunity, and I'm embracing this change.
You think you want to be a coach someday?
A coach? Yeah. Hell no. A coach is what I won't be. You can't talk me into that. My sister's pretty good at talking to me into things. My daughters are pretty good at persuading me to things. My wife, Charles, here and there, is pretty good at persuading me to things. But you can't persuade me to coach. That's a big Hellnah. No. Not a no, but a no.
You get a percentage of the gate, you're going to draw more people. Amazing.
Talk about the percentage of the gate. No. You can't pay me enough to coach. No. No offense to the current players. No offense to the coaches. No. How you doing, Sid?
They're going to tear this place down when you walk on the floor tomorrow night.
That's what's up. That's they should. Right. I walked into the Target Center and I had to catch myself. It was, it's good to be back. I had to, it was definitely like a punch in the gut. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy to be here.
I don't know if this is for you or Flip. You're in ownership already, Flip. Could you two be in the same group someday that owns the Timberwolves?
I'm not going to touch that. Yeah. He keeps on hitting that. Did you tell him to ask
I told him to ask you that.
KG, welcome back. Can you just kind of address a little bit about the young players and Andrew Wiggins and Ricky Rubio and how you might look to kind of mold them as they're in their stages of their career?
Well, obviously, I'm in the East Coast and I haven't seen a lot of West Coast games. But obviously, I keep up with NBA basketball. The potential for Wiggins and Rubio is endless. I haven't watched a lot of Timberwolves games, but I'm not a guy who's going to push myself on someone. But if they ever want to know anything, I'm here. I'm open ears. I've always been an open book to all young guys. I understand the young player. I understand coming in. What you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish, trying to obviously establish yourself in this league. So I'm trying to be what Sam Mitchell was to me. Sam Mitchell, to this day, I like to, just tell him, thank you for everything, and hope that I can give it back in some of these young players.
Kevin, on that note, how many young players' phones have you thrown in toilets throughout the year?
Say it again.
Have you ever thrown a young player's phone?
I don't know where y'all getting these stories from, dude.
I got out there somewhere.
Man, listen.
No, the thing was brought up. If they brought it, he might throw it in, so they got to watch.
So it's a possibility.
Listen, I don't know where y'all
Anything's a possibility, KG.
There's nothing. No, I've never thrown anyone in a toilet, a trash can. I don't know where y'all getting these stories from. I'm very respectable. I'm a very respectable teammate. I've always been. I like to pride myself on being a good teammate. I don't take any mess. I like things to be professional at all times and respect throughout the locker room. And when we're on the court, it's about working and working hard. And that I won't give, and except mediocre. I don't think basic is something that needs to be part of success. I don't think that's the recipe for success. Going hard and coming in, getting something accomplished, and reaching a goal. And that's how I've been able to last so long. That's who I am. It's my makeup. I don't think I'm gonna change that. And I hope that it can obviously rub off on the other guys here.
In closing, the thing I do want to say about Kevin is that, the question was asked many times about him and the young guys and Wiggins and that. Everyone has to, and Kevin's talked about his experience. You're talking about somebody that was the first high school player to come out in 25 years. Right. And, he went through the experience of the first year of hiding in the hotel room away from the media. They're trying to get him every night and ordering food and pizza. He's graduated from McDonald's and pizza to probably a little better food.
Taco Bell, you got to throw Taco Bell in there.
Yeah. And, but he understands. I mean, sometimes when you've gone through it, and you're the first that's gone through it, you understand the pitfalls, you understand the highs and the lows. Right. And those are things that he's going to be able to sit with our players and talk to them about. And they're going to be, he might be able to head off things that he had to go through, maybe painful decisions he made. And so, that's a huge benefit for our players, being able to bring in, as Kevin said, a veteran player, into your fold that maybe a lot of teams aren't looking to do. And that's why we thought it was extremely important for us when we had an opportunity to go get Kevin to get him.
Jerry, last one.
Following up off that, you're known for your intensity. At this stage of your career, do you feel like you have the patience and the temperament for a young building team like this?
I have 2 young girls. If anybody has kids, you got to have patience, nonetheless be girls. No offense, women. No offense to the females out here, but, I have a lot of patience. I've gained a lot of patience. I've learned to, throughout my journey, I've learned to communicate better with teammates. And I've applied that to my current. But I understand. Like Flip said, I understand what it's like to be young. someone was patient with me at some point, and it's only right that I give it back.
KG, CJ from the Star Tribune, no less an authority than Sid Hartman told me that you're going to be like a coach on the floor, so maybe you'll like it.
Coach on the floor as a player is different from a coach on the bench. Those 6 inches to the left or right are very, very detrimental. But teaching what I know to guys, understanding them, understanding the culture, that comes to me easily. I understand that.
All right, thank you for all the questions. We'll do a brief photo opportunity here with Kevin and his number 21 Timberwolves jersey.
Gonna bring it out of the Raptors.
Classic Kevin Garnett,
KG
KG exhibiting the charm and sharp wit that has been part of his nature since he joined the Timberwolves back in 1995, said that it's good to be back and this is the perfect ending for me. And he added, if LeBron can come home, why can't I? Kevin Garnett with the number 21 jersey. Still to come, we'll focus on KG's return to Target Center tomorrow and what figures to be a major event in downtown Minneapolis.